Hi everyone, welcome to Karen's Corner. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a great day and all is well. So this week, actually Monday, I think it was February 15th, is National Random Act of Kindness Day. And I celebrate it every year. But I also learned that it's also National Random Act of Kindness Week. So if you miss Random Acts of Kindness Day, you still get the opportunity to perform some and maybe hopefully receive some as well. So thank you for taking time for yourself. That's the first act of kindness for yourself here to participate in this meditation. So that's what we're going to be focusing on when we get to our meditation postures. But for now, let's kind of shake off the day or the morning or the evening or whatever it is you brought to your sacred space. So work your way onto your back. Yeah, take your time here. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Knees can be bent or straight, your choice. Just settling in. Maybe close the eyes. Notice if any body part is speaking to you, and that could be your thoughts right now. So you may have notice if you're having trouble just kind of grounding yourself in. And if you are having trouble grounding yourself, try some stillness with your eyes closed and just let your body sink into the earth here. If you're in a chair, that works too. Just close your eyes, feel your seat. And if stillness doesn't speak to you, just move your knees from side to side. Take a stretch. Anything that feels good here. Yeah, it just feels really good to move slow and consciously. Good. And then gently begin to hug the knees in. Wrap your arms around your shins or underneath your knees, whatever's comfortable. Add a little rock from side to side, giving yourself a gentle hug. Nice. And then extend the legs long here. Yeah, maybe activate those legs, charge them up, curl the toes back towards your shins, almost like you're standing. Feet are about hip-width distance apart. You know what that feels like, so don't worry about what it looks like. Bring the palms to the heart here. Let the thumbs just gently rest at heart center. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes. And then on an in-breath, with the palms touching each other, send those palms up overhead. So if you're in a chair, you can do this as well. So inhale the palms up. Let the side body grow nice and long. And then when you're ready for your out breath, sweep the arms down and out. Again, charge up those legs here, almost like you're standing. So we're kind of just doing some breathing. Inhale up through heart center. Yeah, take that breath all the way out into the fingertips and out through the heels. Exhale, down and out. Good. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, down and out. And then this time as you exhale down, you're going to hug those knees in. Once again, give yourself a nice squeeze and a gentle hug. And then coming back to center, from here, just begin to move the knees in one direction. It doesn't matter how big or small the circle is, just moving in and out. reverse the direction of the circle. Yeah, hug the knees in, maybe push them away from you a little bit. Nice, and then coming back to center, drop that left foot to the floor. Good. Extend your right leg up toward the ceiling. Charge up that leg once again, press through the heel. If you're sitting in a chair, just extend your leg out. Interlace your fingertips behind your thigh here, and then with the rhythm of your breath, just bend and straighten the knee. Good, taking your time. Nice, and then the next time that knee is bent, extend that left leg long. Again, arms can come around the shins here. Hug the right knee in. Maybe give it a nice squeeze. Begin some ankle circles in one direction. Maybe point and flex the toes. Yeah, customize your practice in any way here. And charge up that foot once again, hugging that right knee in. Take an inhale here, in and exhale. And then gently begin to lift the head and shoulders up as if your knee and nose are going to touch. And then release all the way down. Good. On an in-breath, lift up. And on a out-breath, release. Good. Continue with the rhythm of your breath here. And then the next time your head is lifted, hold here. So you'll hold the pose, not the breath. Tuck the chin in. Hug that knee in. Hug, hug, hug. Beautiful. Exhale. Head and shoulders all the way back down. With the help of your left palm, a gentle twist over here. So bring that knee across the body. Inhale back to center. Yeah, we'll just slowly get there. There's absolutely no rush. And then on the third or fourth breath, go ahead and roll over gently to a place that's comfortable. So that may mean stacking the hips. That may mean that right shoulder may pop up. And just gently begin to coax it back. It doesn't worry if it makes it or not. Close the eyes once again and breathe here. Yeah, allow that breath to bring some softness into your body. And sometimes it takes a few breaths to get there. Good. On an inhale, slowly come all the way back to center. Hugging that right knee in. Let's bring the left knee in to meet it, a gentle hug and a rock. Good, and then plant that right foot onto the mat. Charge up that left leg, sending it all the way up toward the sky. Good, with the rhythm of your breath, bend and straighten the knee. Maybe pressing through the heel, curling the toes back towards you. Nice. And then the next time that knee is close to your heart, hug that knee in, straighten that right leg nice and long. Hug, hug, hug. Maybe circle the ankle here, point and flex the toes. It's amazing how sometimes even the smallest movements can feel good and help release. Good, and then coming back to center, hugging that left knee in, right leg is straight. On an inhale, begin to lift head and shoulders as if your nose and knee are going to connect. Exhale down. So move with the rhythm of your breath, not with my voice. Go ahead and move in and out. Nice. And then the next time your head is lifted here, hug, hug, hug. Tuck the chin in. Nice big hip stretch. Good, and then exhale your head and shoulders all the way back down. Beautiful. With the help of your right palm, just gently begin to float the knee over to the right. Back and forth a few times before you settle in. Yeah, so many times we rush to get into a posture here. And stack those hips. Maybe that left shoulder pops up on this side, maybe not. Coaxing it back to the earth. Closing the eyes and breathing. Beautiful. On an inhale, slowly come back to center. Left knee hugs in, right knee hugs in. Beautiful. And then rolling over to one side, work your way to a tabletop pose. We're just going to be here for a moment or two, but if you need to slide a blanket underneath your knees, depending if you're on hardwoods or you have a thin mat. And then once you get to tabletop, just begin to breathe through a few cat-cows, adding any sort of organic movement here. Circling of the hips, maybe bending the elbows, curling the toes, uncurling the toes. And then coming back to tabletop, plant those palms underneath your shoulders, spread the fingertips nice and wide. And then on an in-breath, send your right leg long behind you. Bring the toes all the way to the mat here. Good, so crown of the head reaches forward. Notice the tendency to drop the head, so you have a nice long line of energy from the heel all the way up through the crown of the head. And then just a gentle nudge pressing into those toes, stretching out the bottom of your foot, the back of the leg. Nice. And then slip that right knee back underneath your hip. And then we'll move to the opposite side. So left leg out, drop the toes here. And then just press into that heel, rocking back and forth. Beautiful. And slip the left knee back underneath. Go ahead and breathe through a few cat-cows. Yeah, it feels really good, right? And then coming back to tabletop, right leg extends this time, and then float that right leg all the way over to the left. Drop the toes once again, press into those toes. Again, keep the head lifted, shoulders are squared forward, right side body is nice and long. Breath is soft and easy. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Right knee comes back underneath the hip. We'll go to the left side, extend that left leg long, drop it over to the right this time. Toes come all the way down. Left side body becomes long, shoulders squared forward. Slip that knee back underneath the hip, walk your palms back towards your knees, shift your hips to one side, and then we'll work our way to our meditation posture. So this is as always, I like my meditations to be versatile, where you can do them seated, laying down, in a chair, whatever works for you. So comfort is key here. Again, customize, personalize in any way. Collect up any sort of props or layers, socks, blankets. Make yourself nice and comfortable. And while you're doing that, I'll talk a little bit about random acts of kindness. I have been both the giver and a receiver, many times a receiver of random acts of kindness. And as always, they make, whether you're giving or receiving, it gives you such a warm, special feeling. So just some ideas on random acts of kindness. Just a compliment. It doesn't have to be something that's grand or takes a lot of effort. A surprise phone call, a text, a covered dish to someone. I have some acts that I have performed to give you some ideas. I have bought the person behind me a cup of coffee. You can pay somebody's toll. You can, here's an interesting one that I did, which was a lot of fun. I made a promise that every person that tried to cut in front of me that day while I was driving, I allowed them to cut in front of me without any sort of anger. I was the beneficiary of having a much more pleasant drive, and people cut right in front of me. I let people in when they had their blinker on, and I don't even know these people. So part of the joy is sometimes you know the person that you're performing the act for, and sometimes you don't, which makes it even more clever. If you have children, grandchildren, or just something for yourself, I also have created jars of ideas, and you can have children or grandchildren pull thoughts out, do the dishes, unload the dishwasher, put your books away, any little acts of kindness that so they learn how not only good it feels to give, but how good it feels to get that as well. So once you're comfortable here, if you need to move up, if you're seated and need to move up against a wall, that's great too. Make yourself comfortable. And then think about how a random act of kindness can change someone's life, their mood, their day. But it can also start a chain reaction that changes other people's lives and moods and days that you don't even know about. Doing random acts of kindness can have an amazing impact on our lives. It can make you feel good. It releases really good hormones, the feel-good hormones. But it feels good for both the giver and the receiver, and maybe even changes the world just a bit. So once you've found your comfortable space, remove any eyeglasses, anything that's preventing you from being totally comfortable, and let the world around you just fall away. Close the eyes, shift the gaze down towards your heart, and then just breathing naturally here. Allow anything that doesn't feel good right now in this moment to just fall away. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Let any thoughts or images flow in and out of your awareness, out of your consciousness. And sometimes stillness can bring things up. So instead of resisting that, just allow it to float away with the out breath. Just beginning to connect even deeper and deeper. And you know what feeling good feels like. So allow yourself to be in that place and settle into that place. Soften through the jaw. Maybe gently turn the corners of the lips up. Wherever you are, about the shoulders, the arms, to become soft, melting away. Breathing in and out through the nose. Don't worry about the breath, the length, anything. Just breathe in and out. Your body already knows how to breathe. Hips and legs become heavy. All your cares just melting away. Being here at this time, this space, this moment. Now gently think about the effect of doing a random act of kindness for someone. Pick the first thing that comes to your mind, and then feel this in your bones, feel this in your body, in your breath. What does it feel like to perform an act of kindness for someone? Whether they noticed it or not. And allow this feeling to just ripple through you, just like something ripples on the top of a lake. The ripples go out and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So let this goodness, this feeling, you know what this feels like, trust. Let this ripple through your entire body, all the way into your fingers, all the way down into your toes. Melting into this goodness. Now begin to think back at a time when someone showed you a random act of kindness without expecting anything in return. A compliment just when you needed to hear it. Words, a text, a voicemail, an email, a phone call, a pat on the back. Just when you least expected it and needed it most. Maybe you know the person, maybe it was anonymous. So what does that feel like in your body and in your breath right now? Warm, safe, noticed, loved. Really let that feeling seep into your body. Absorb it, take it in. Now, what does it feel like to give someone a random act of kindness? Whether they notice it or not. So you may come to understand that random acts of kindness are both for the giver and the receiver. So with that in mind, envision what it would feel like if just a few people did random acts of kindness. Asking your Facebook friends to perform one act. Asking your immediate family, your siblings, your kids, your grandkids. Just one act, and you don't even need to know the act. Envision what that would feel like. Think of the chain reaction that one act from each of them might have. Breathe that in. And letting that settle into your bones, your body, your breath. For my energy friends out there, may make you feel lighter. Changes the vibration. Gently begin to welcome some movement back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes. A gentle rock of the head from side to side. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Maybe you want to lift yourself up. Maybe you want to stay right where you are. But I leave you with this thought. Maybe after practicing this meditation, you can make a conscious effort to perform just one act of kindness. Set that ripple effect out into the world, that higher vibration, and maybe we can change the world one person at a time. And bring the palms to the heart. Take a nice, generous breath in, and as you release the breath, drop your chin to chest, bow into your hands, your heart, and your eternal light. I'm so grateful that you joined me for this meditation. I challenge you to go out and do just one random act of kindness. From my heart to yours, I bow. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. See you next time on